Hey friends, it's Emily from Burlap Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you something really cute you can do with these little jam jar cutouts. So don't just think summery. I mean, there are different things you can do with these. Today I'm going to turn one into a snowman. They do come in a pack of 3, and I'm going to show you how you can take one of them and turn them into this really cute snowman. So I painted the hat, or the top of the jar black for the hat, and then the bottom of the jar, the bottom half I'm painting white because this is going to be the snowman part. Then I gave it a good dry, and then I'm going to sand over it with my sanding block. And we do send sandpaper in all of our cutouts, so you'll get a piece of sandpaper, not the sanding block though. Those you can get at Walmart or Lowe's. And then I just sanded over everything. Next I'm coming in with the Truffle color chalk paint, and I'm using this small brush, and I just want to kind of splatter it all over the snowman. I'm just trying to get like a rustic effect on this. So I'm just going to splatter it all over this snowman. Very lightly too. I just wanted to do it very lightly. Then I'm going to make sure it's nice and dry, and then I'm using some Dixie Belle antique wax and a blending tool, and I'm just going to go around the edges of the snowman. We have the blending tools. If you're interested in those and you're watching on Facebook, just comment crafty and a link will be sent directly to your inbox. And then you will have to, once you get over there to our shop, you will have to search blending tool and it should come right up for you. So next I'm going to go over the snowman hat with some white paint, and I just used a little sponge, and you see I'm just kind of like dabbing it into the paint, and then I offload it, and then I dab it onto the hat there, just to give like sort of like a vintage look and to kind of give the idea of snow a little bit. Then I took that same brown paint and just kind of played around with it, and just added some texture here and there, used the sponge and did the splatter effect both. Make sure that is dry, and then I'm going to glue that little hat onto the snowman. And then I'm going to add some eyes. I'm using a Sharpie paint effect marker to add the eyeballs. And I'm just drawing those on the best that I can. And then I like the toasted terracotta color. You can get that at Hobby Lobby. It's a folk art paint for a nose. And I find if you add a little bit of water to it, it is easier to apply. And I'm just going to do my best to paint a nose on. I am not an artist, but I think it turned out pretty good. And then I took a Sharpie extra fine point marker. These are both very good markers to have in your craft stash. And I used that just to draw some lines on the nose and kind of outline it, just to give it a little bit of detail. And I'm just very carefully outlining that nose with my Sharpie paint, or my Sharpie extra fine point marker. And then I drew some eyebrows on. And then I did put a little bit of white in the center of the eyes, just again for a little detail. And my marker was not working good, so I did get some paint. I need to get a new white marker. I've outused it. And then I put a little bit of white, or a little bit of cheeks on, and then I used that same black Sharpie paint effect marker to add the mouth. I'm going to dry everything, and then I'm going to add these little buttons that I had in my button stash. I'm just going to glue those in place. And then I took a piece of twine, and I'm going to tie that to the top of the hat, and I'm just going to tie it here to the back. And then I'm going to make a little bow. I made a little bow there with the twine, and I just glued that in place. And I did add a little rusty bell. If you guys are interested in the rusty bells and you're watching on Facebook, comment favorites, and the information will be sent to your inbox. And then I'm going to add a little bit of pine here underneath. So I'm just going to glue the pine underneath, and then I took these little red berries while my glue was still wet and just stuck them on either side of the rusty bell there. And trimmed it up, and then I did add just a little bit of extra glue just to hold everything in place, and I trimmed that twine down, and this project turned out so super cute. Let me know what you think and if you plan to give this one a try.